it's VJ.
It's Jen.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot Shooters. We are back, and it's different this time because Jamie actually has a topic.
Yes, but before we get into our topic, we gotta cheers.
Cheers to the good.
Cheers to the bad.
Cheers to all the things we wish we had.
Clink, clink, clink. I forgot to mix this. Oh, this is getting like a little smoky.
Oh, I like the gray color.
Mm-hmm.
So we bought, like you'll know in the other episode, we bought, well, a friend of Jamie's bought Empress Gin, which is a purple gin.
I actually need to make a drink with that too, for him to try. I promised that I would make a drink. Since he purchased the bottle, I would give him a sip and a shot cocktail using the gin.
Would you
don't know what that's gonna be?
I was gonna say, would you use amethyst?
Probably not. But no.
That one's kind of cool though.
Yeah.
Like a hard seltzer with so mine is just hard seltzer with pineapple juice, and she did hard seltzer with
the Empress gin and pineapple juice.
And it looks really pretty. It almost looks like Lakers. But then when she mixed it, it gives like a gray color. A
nice gray color, which I think was a Pantone color of the year a few years ago.
Okay.
Random wedding things. You gotta know what the Pantone color is because...
I think you told me that a while ago.
Yeah, and that's and when you like watch wedding, like see a lot of wedding photos, you'll notice that color pops up more and more. Like coral, that when everybody was doing coral in their wedding, coral and blue, those were Pantone colors of the year.
Okay, let's jump into this.
Anywho, so the shooter today, I don't know if you've seen this on social media, but there's been a lot of back and forth about whether a guy who is in a relationship with a girl goes to dinner with her other female friends should pay the tab or should pay for like one of the girls' meal. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Okay. Because if y'all know by now, like when we do shooters, we're a little turned up. So
who is texting you at this hour of the day?
Shani. I'll text her later. The question is, so like if you have a man,
my boyfriend,
should your boy, and you and I go out, or you, me, and our other friends?
Like me, you, and him go out. Should he foot the bill for you included for the three of us? Or is he only responsible for paying for me and him or just himself? Depending on the situation.
I honestly, oh God, I'm on the fence. This is like someone I'm in a relationship with or...
In a relationship with. Like he is the boyfriend.
That's my man.
Bae, that is your man.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
However, I have had a situation where a man did pay for me, and I think it was like 4 or 5 people sitting at my table.
Because you were with his girlfriend?
No.
Oh, okay. Enlighten us. Enlighten us.
So he actually was trying to get my attention. But I didn't know that. I don't know if I want to give that full story. I might as well, right?
Yeah, we're here now.
Okay.
We're like knocking at the door.
I told you about this.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so I went to a concert that was being held at my school to support one of my sorors. And afterwards we went to a restaurant. And I was sitting in a booth with like 4 other friends. I think it was maybe like 4 or 5 of us. And at the end, when we're all getting our checks and we're college students, and they're like, oh, hey, can we get our check? Can we get our check? And she said, hey, your meal is covered. So we're all looking at her like,
we ain't paid for
nothing. Like, we got cards out, we're ready. And they're like, wait, all of our meal is covered? And she said, yeah. And then she handed me a red velvet cupcake and a receipt saying that it was covered. And he wrote like this note, letter, something. And he had paid for all of my friends.
I feel like that's different though. Because like trying to get your attention, that's a good way to get somebody's attention.
Yeah.
But it's being like your man. Like you've seen the joints where it's like a girl, like one of the girls goes through a really bad breakup, and the boyfriend of one of the like girlfriend A buys flowers for the girl that has gone through the breakup.
Nah, flowers is enough for me.
And that's how I feel about the dinner, where it's like I can see if it's a group outing and you pay for, like if it's a birthday dinner and you want to cover everybody's dinner, like bill at the birthday dinner, fine. If we just going out on a random night, I don't know. I don't understand.
If I'm being honest, even if it was a random birthday dinner, my man is not pay, unless the only way I can see it happening is if like you and I had you and I talked and I was like, hey Jane, I left my card at home or I can't find my card, and I'm like, I'll cash app you the money, and he's like, well, I'm paying for it. That's the only way I can see it. But
I can.
Do you think our standards are too low?
No, I don't think so. I think it's about boundaries for a relationship. And and we're the type that's like, there is not going to be any confusion about where I stand with your man. You stand with my man. We try not even to like pictures if it ain't got our friends in it. Or
we don't even follow.
I was like, you lucky if you get a follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like our friend's husband just got a follow after he got married.
I was like, y'all married. Okay. Yeah. And so I think it's about boundaries. And I said birthday dinner if it's like, okay, because I've been out to, you go out to brunch and it's like, oh, everybody's out for my girlfriend's birthday. I'm going to foot the bill for everybody. Not just the girl.
Would you want your man to do that?
No, I wouldn't want my man to do that. But I feel like that I wouldn't have a problem with. Like, if you got it, okay. And I've been in a situation where
men. Like, another man is not going to allow another man to pay for you. Like, not in that sense.
Like if it's a birthday, like it's no different from me footing the bill to go, oh, I want to do a boat party and I purchased a boat for us all to get on. There's no difference there. You didn't pay to get on the boat. I booked the boat.
Right.
Or I got a private chef to cater the food. You didn't care who paid for the food then. You only cared because we sitting in a restaurant. That's where I'm like, okay, it's whatever. But I've been in a situation where my friend's boyfriend, we went to I think Busch Gardens or King's Dominion, and we were so tired of waiting we did not want to wait in line we wanted to get flash passes. And everybody didn't have cash for the flash pass, and he's like, oh, I can pay for it. And me and the other girls I was with, we were just like, you don't need to pay. Like, I can give you the money. Like, this is not, and you can see that between the two of them, like the couple, it was kind of like, you don't need to pay for everybody, or he's like, I'm okay paying for everybody. Because this is what I want to do. Like, I want to do this, so I am prepared to foot the bill so that we can all do this and have an enjoyable time. And I was like,
I'm still cash apping.
I can slide you. And then afterwards, he pulled it to the side and was like, okay. No, I know he said he didn't want the money. I know he has the money.
Yeah.
Like, and has the money disposable. Yeah. Like, that's fine. Should I still, I need the Cash App name and I don't want to go behind your back and get his information. So, she's like, y'all, it's fine. It's whatever. And it was like, okay. That's fine. But it's like
that's hard. And I think for us, it's difficult because we want to make sure we show our friends' significant others respect.
Yes.
And our friend respect.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm thinking like if I was to ever date, like if I had a sugar daddy, and I made you all go out, like if I made you like, girl, he want to fly me to Vegas, I need you to go with me.
Then he's footing the bill.
Yeah.
If it's something that I know if it's a crazy expense, I'm trying
to think.
But a sugar daddy, you got the money.
Part of me, I don't know. Part of me would. I don't know. That's not a priority for me.
No.
I'm trying to think. Should it be a priority?
I don't think it should. I mean, I think it depends on your relationship. I'll say that. Everybody has different relationships. If you married a billionaire, and that's just how he moved before he was in a relationship with you, and that's how he chose, then I would be like, okay, it is what it is. I would feel awkward. Like, I would be like, this is a lot.
And then I think it depends on what it is, because you're right. Like, if I married a billionaire, Lord,
come on,
please.
Lord.
Bring it through. If I was dating a billionaire, and he's like, and I'm just telling him, you know, my birthday's coming up, and he like gets a yacht.
Yeah. For everybody.
And he does, like, he was probably not gonna ask you guys to put up for the right. But and I think it depends on what bracket you're dating now.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, even if it's, I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah, and it depends on how a man feels about his money.
Yeah, and I've had this terrible guy, enemy of mine, who dated my best friend.
Okay.
And he
God.
Yeah. Called and, because we were going to get a whole, he was just terrible. Okay. Back in it. He called.
He was horrible.
He was horrible, and I hated him. I still hate him.
And you know someone's horrible when they wear an outfit to somebody else's party that brings attention to them, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's what we talking about, right?
Exactly who we're talking about.
I'm not.
But for that exact birthday, he called me. How he had my number, I do not know.
Well, I mean, when you're doing the surprise, it's easy to get your number
but I think he just went in her phone and got my number out.
Yeah, that's what I
And he called and was just like, oh, I want to do something nice for y'all. I'll put y'all up in a hotel room so you guys can go out and do what you want. I'll put bottles in the room, blah, blah, blah.
No, thank you.
I want nothing from you. Nothing. I don't care if it's a tissue.
Let's call a spade. You probably gonna get the $59 a night room.
Yeah, he's out.
Like, you're not dropping
a nice
cash.
hotel, whatever have you. And I was like, you are trash, and you have been trash. And don't try to use your "I'll take care of this" as a manipulation tool.
Come on now, to build credibility
with me, because you know I don't like you.
Either
you lucky I answered I did not have your number in, so I answered the phone before the iPhone started silencing spam. I was like, oh, I'll answer. And the funniest part was I was on the phone on the other line with her, the girl.
Oh.
And I was like, hold on, I don't know what this number is that's calling me. I was like, girl, you're whoever.
You told her?
Yeah. And she was just like, I don't know why, because they weren't really on good terms at that point.
Oh.
And she was like, I don't know why he's trying to do so much. I told him I'm good.
Because he's trying to, He's trying to get in good. And I think that's the other thing. Like, when you know you got a good guy, then you'll be like, oh my God, that's so nice.
That's
like,
so
me,
nice.
How can I help? But when you know, like, he just trying to use his money to get over.
I'm trying to say,
but you know what? I'm okay with a man trying to use their money to get over at this point in my life.
There's a certain age you're like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Spend it. You got it.
You cash out me a bill payment. That's fine.
Okay. I'm trying to decide if I would be annoyed, like, how I feel about my man getting y'all flowers if you're going through, like, a breakup or hard time or whatever.
The most he can do is, this is the most he can do.
Go ahead.
If he knows that I'm going to see you because you're going through a situation, he can call me while I'm there and be like, hey, Jay, you know, or like send over some food. Like, if I'm going to get some food, he cash out me some money. Like, that's about it.
I think it depends on the communication.
Okay.
I don't want to be surprised by you doing something for my friend. I would rather you say, hey, I know she's going through a breakup right now. What do you think about us getting her some flowers?
No.
And I'll be like,
cannot suggest any gift for my friend.
If that's who he is. If he's a gift giver, if his love language
that ain't got shit to do with him.
Yeah. Listen. You once you in the fold in this friend group, you in the fold.
Yeah, but like, our friend's husband would never buy us flowers because we're going through a breakup.
And we do not expect him to, but that's not who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not who he is. But he's the type of person that's like, oh, you need to spend time with my wife. I will drop her off. I will bring her up. Like, yeah. And that's always like, that's his, like, his love. Like, he
quality time. He understands quality time.
He understands quality time. But somebody whose thing is gift giving and it's like, oh, I give my girl flowers all the time. Maybe her friend might be like, this is how I understand that people receive love or feel appreciated, whatever have you. My thing is, communicate to me. Don't do it behind my back. And I can tell you yay or nay. But once you start doing surprise stuff for my friends,
That's just inappropriate. It
That's
crosses a line.
Yeah.
And it might not be, it's a thick line to me. And part of me is like, I don't really need to converse with you unless it's about my friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, like planning a birthday.
And that's what I'm like, you know how you talk to your man and be like, oh my gosh, this crazy thing is happening with my girl. Like, I was like, I don't understand how niggas cheat. Cause this, y'all are raggedy. Like, I was going off. And then he was like, oh, you know, he couldn't. That's a terrible example. Never mind. Thought about who it was, but I was like, no, hard no.
But I think about who was I thinking? Shit. Who was I thinking about? I was thinking about some friend.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, you can't buy.
Yeah, I think it's for me.
You can't buy my friends anything really.
For me, I would get my friend flowers, or me as a person, I'm the type of person that's like, oh, you want to go to dinner? I'll foot the bill, whatever. So if my man
I want to take you out.
Yeah, and if my man was like, oh, y'all are going out.
That's what I was gonna say. I got it.
Or like, that type of situation. Yeah. Or here's my card. Or if I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna get her flowers, whatever, what have you, and he's like, oh, boom, here's the money, and I'll be like, oh, you didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
But not him like, oh, I'm placing the order. That's what I said. Communication is what matters and depends on the type of person.
Yeah.
Because for me, I've been like, maybe you should get her flowers for her birthday. And if my man was like, oh, just here.
Yeah.
Go get flowers.
I remember I was planning a surprise party for my former beau, and one of his friends had a girlfriend, and I didn't even text her. I just texted the girlfriend, and I just asked her like, could you get? Because she was cool, all of them, and she knows them longer than I did. Like I don't know. I'm just real iffy about that because I just don't want any confusion. I don't want you to ever think like I'm trying to talk to your man inappropriately.
Okay.
I don't
There's
want you
anything
to ever
secret going on. You have to side eye me. You're not sure. I don't even touching people's. You might get a hey, what's up,
girl?
Hey, a church hug.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, because it's easy to cross the line.
Yeah.
It's easy to cross. And for me, I don't ever want to risk any of my friendships. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I don't want to risk any of my friendships. And like you said before, I don't find any of the men that my friends have dated attractive.
Surely don't. There's blinders. For the sake of our people that listen to this podcast, you might be attractive in your own right, but to this friend group, once you start dating my friend, tunnel vision. Like you're a blob to me.
Yeah. As long as you treat my friend right.
As long as you treat my friend right, you a blob. And that's what it is.
But now I'm trying to think like when you have, a significant other, and you have like a husband and someone who you share your life with, and as close as we are with our friends, like I think like if something happens to my best friend in the middle of the night, and I need to get up and go, I would want my husband to be like, I'm taking you.
Yes, and that's what I was like. Or if there was like so there's a death in the family.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, we need to get flowers. Do you want to pick up food? If that's the type of person that he is, that's why I'm just like,
yeah, that's different than like my man paying for your meal.
Just because we're out.
Oh no, and I don't think that makes a man cheat. I just think it makes a man.
I think it's a boundary thing.
Yeah.
And a personality thing.
And then I remember dating somebody. No, my friend who went to the hospital, and like because he knows how much I cared about that person. He was like, no, I'll drive you. I'll get you there. Yeah. I'll wait for you. I'll take you. So you can like answer the phone. You can text. You need to text. So you can like do what it is that you need to do. Yeah. So I appreciate and respect that, and I always will. Okay. And
all right, I'm gonna cut this. I can't say cut this short because we're at 20 minutes. Oh, but we're cutting that down.
It's VJ.
It's Jane.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Bye.